Hello, I'm Andrew Hawnt. Welcome to Planet Hex Review Time. These are the short episodes I put out twice a week, possibly more this week. We'll see how it goes. Where I revisit, review, rediscover, or discover for the first time some piece of pop culture history, be it like an old movie or a TV show, a game, a book, a comic, anything like that. It could be anything. It's been mainly movies that I've reviewed so far on this show. This is in support of my full-length Planet Hex show, which comes out every weekend. So there's a couple of these in the week, and then there's a full-length show at the weekend where I talk about VHS, cult films, pop culture stuff, that sort of thing. I do a bunch of weird stuff. I'm a comic book writer, author, filmmaker, dad, nerd, guitar player, a bunch of stuff. But yes, I'm going to talk about this film. Debbie Gibson and Lorenzo Lamas in Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus. I love these movies. I love the movies made by the Asylum because of just by their very nature they appeal to me. I love low budget films. I love films that try and do more scale wise. By the way, I'm just making the kids pack lunches for tomorrow. I do apologise. I love films that try and do more with their budget than they really can. And this was one of those films that came as part of the giant shark, giant monster craze that came with low-budget movies around the time of Sharknado and things like that. I think Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus was one of the first ones, and I've seen a bunch of these. And I really like them. There's one for the ASMR people. I really enjoy them for what they are. They are silly, 80-minute romps with a big monster. In the case of this one, two big monsters. And they are satisfying. Well, I find them satisfying anyway. This one has a particular interest to me and retro types like myself because it has Debbie Gibson in it, the 80s pop star turned actress. And surprisingly, I shouldn't be surprised, but surprisingly, she does a really good job. In fact, a lot of the cast do a pretty solid job with this film, which, by definition, as an Asylum movie, as something that's been made so cheap as possible, with limited sets, limited special effects, limited production budget and everything like that, it should not be as good as it turned out. Yes, if you look on IMDb and Wikipedia and so on, it gets a terrible rap. It's got like a 1-star review on IMDb. I take it for what it is. You're not going to get a masterpiece when you watch something with the name Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus. And I think this is 50p very well spent. This was another charity shop pickup. And I'm really pleased with it. It's great fun. Just get... If you can suspend disbelief for 90 minutes that this is actually happening, because the effects are not great. It's from 2009, so, you know, CGI was getting better, but... when you didn't have the budget for it, it's not always entirely convincing. There are some quite shonky shots in there, but it's fun to watch. Debbie does alright with it. Lorenzo does alright with it. The rest of the cast do alright. This has something that some of the movies made by the Asylum and similar companies don't always have in spades, which is pacing. This is paced really well. It does build. You know, there's a beginning, middle, and an end, and it does build to a satisfying climax. Where I'll give you a clue at what happens at the end. They fight. It's not a spoiler from just from the cover and the title. It's not a spoiler at all. But yeah, they fight. But this is treated like an actual larger budget movie, and I'm quite impressed with that, to be honest. The cast does their best with a script that some may deride, but I quite enjoyed. The production of it, you can see that it's rough around the edges. There aren't many sets. A lot of it is shot in a certain way to hide that there's very little budget, but that it works in its favour to me. I see this in the same light that as I watch the 1950s B movies. I love 50s B movies and 60s monster movies, and that has always appealed to me. So this sort of thing does really appeal to me as well. I love the silliness of it. I love the daft action of it. And the preposterous nature of these things. It was the one with the Sharktopus. I think that was one of the craziest ones I saw. But yeah, Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus. ignore what they say in the 1-star reviews and give it a chance. If you see it cheap like I did, 50p, definitely give it a go. I think it's on Prime and things like that as well, so do give it a try there. Really recommend it, just for a laugh. It's great late night, slightly inebriated viewing. I would recommend it for that. So that's my little review of Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus, the Asylum movie starring Debbie Gibson and Lorenzo Lamas. Do join me again for at least one more review before I go to my full-length episode at the weekend. The reason there may be 2 more reviews this week is because I've got a double disc box set with 2 movies on it that I've revisited, and I want to give each one a little review on its own. But yes, if you like this sort of thing, if you like reviews of weird cult movies and like VHS culture and pop culture stuff and weird retro hunts and things like that, do subscribe to my channel. I have a full-length episode out each weekend, and a couple of these at least in the week, these short review episodes. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Andrew Hawnt. You've been watching Planet Hex Review Time.